Hi guys, Chris here with the unboxing and first look at AllDoCube's X1. So this is a Helio X20 powered Android tablet. So this has 10 cores on it with a Mali T880 GPU, 4GB of RAM, 64GB of storage. Now it's got a reasonably good resolution to the screen on it. So it's 8.4 inches, 2560 by 1600. So that works out to be a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, which I rather like on my tablets. So you can see it's boxed up quite well. We do have a pre-applied transit screen protector. Maybe there's a screen protector under this. So it does have a fingerprint reader you can see on the front, right there. And hopefully the screen is going to be fully laminated, but I'll check that out in just a second. We'll have a look at what else we get in the box. So there's a little leaflet here, and it just simply states quick guide on this. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And in fact, it's a quick guide that looks to be all in, yes it is, oh no, English and Chinese. Okay, so that's good. Here we have our Type-C cable. So yes, it does have Type-C, SIM tool, and then the charger here. So this charger, will just check the rating of it. 5 volts, 2 amps only. So this is not going to be supporting MediaTek's Pump Express. At least the charger isn't. So up the top we have an earpiece. Yes, an earpiece. This tablet can be used as an enormously large phone. It's going to make my Mi Max 2 look small. 8 megapixel front facing camera. You can see right there, it looks like we have a proximity sensor, I would say, and perhaps an ambient light sensor too. Along the bottom we have a microphone there for your voice calls, your video, and your voice chat applications. The single loudspeaker, so that is one con straight away, just the one loudspeaker, which is a shame. And then the SIM tray in the bottom, so this will take a micro SD card, nano SIM, or 2 nano SIMs. Now on the rear there's a 13 megapixel camera with an LED flash, something we don't often see, at least on tablets. Now it's metal, the whole back of it. This part here is plastic, so that's also doubles up with the antennas. Are obviously going to be behind that for their reception. Along the top, just a 3.5mm headphone jack with microphone support, and you can see the edges of the tablet, they do curve away, so it's a little bit more comfortable to hold. Both the volume and power buttons are made out of metal, and they have a good feel to them. 363 grams, that's not too bad for an 8.4 inch tablet considering it does have metal, and a slim 8.6 millimeters. So taking a look at the build quality, next to the Chewy Hi9, which is a similar screen, at least it's a tablet that's got the same screen on it, also running Android 7, and this is plastic. This in hand, it creaks, it doesn't feel so good. This feels very good in hand, it feels premium. And there's no flex, there's no creaks whatsoever. It's got the whole metal frame all around the outside. And the only really good thing about the Chewy Hi9, I would say, it's got the 2.5D curved glass edges, which just make it a little bit more comfortable. Alright, so just powering it up, get that screen protector off it, of course. And it looks like that screen is fully laminated, so that's good news. Now each time I do this, there's actually a haptic feedback motor within this tablet as well, which is another little bonus. So it gives a little vibration. So that's done. Finished setup. So it's a very vibrant looking display. Hopefully you can see that. This looks really good. Very nice, and it looks to be running stock Android. Just want to check out that fingerprint reader before we go any further. Okay, that's pretty quick. Not too bad for a MediaTek device. And it's an always-on fingerprint reader as well. So yeah, first impressions of the screen are looking good. And yes, stock Android. So it's running Android 7.1.1 and the patch level's November. So this display is very sharp. And yes, it does have adaptive brightness, which is a good thing to have on here. But of course, I won't be using that at the moment because it's too hard with a camera. We've also got mirror vision, so you can tweak here the white balance, basically. You've got color tuning. This is really good. If you're not happy with the whites on this, then you can tweak it. So just to show you, yes, there's the phone dialer, so you can make phone calls on this tablet, which is great. And we also have here FM radio, which is another bonus to have on a tablet that you don't often see. So looking at free storage, you get approximately 52 or so gigabytes free. I'm already starting to install my programs and things for my review. This is why it doesn't quite line up what I'm saying. But yeah, it's about 54 or so. So you get plenty of free space, and of course you got micro SD card support. Now it does have GPS support. I just went outside very quickly, and it didn't seem that great, the performance. I mean, it's seen 18 satellites, but only locked onto 7, and the accuracy is about 5 to 6 meters. So not crazy accurate. It also does not have a hardware compass either. Now I thought I'd show you some sample images of the display because it really is a very nice display they've got on this. So it's fully laminated. We've got quite a nice PPI on here. Sharp resolution, especially at 8.4 inches. So it's looking very good, this screen. And the touch response so far in my first hands-on with it, very good, no complaints with the screen. There's a little bit of, you can see brighter sort of bleeding on the edge down the bottom there, but not really that much. It's, to me, acceptable. Now the camera is actually looking like a step up above what you'd normally get on these kind of tablets. We can actually shoot on the fine mode here, which is 4K resolution. Give you a sample of that. So this has been shot in 4K with the electronic image stabilization on, which may be killing the frame rate. It certainly looks like that in the viewfinder here at the moment. Also give you an idea of what kind of audio quality to expect. And this is what the front-facing camera looks like. So it doesn't tend to do a very good job with the exposure of my face. There we go, it's exposing a little bit better. It's probably because I got those bright studio lights on, of course, which aren't exactly helping. Okay, I guessed it. It wasn't a hard guess, but that loudspeaker on the bottom is bad. It's bad. It's hopeless. Listen to this. So it doesn't have good mids, it doesn't have any bass, and it's distorting a lot at 100%. It's hard to believe that's 100% volume. It's just not loud enough. So very poor loudspeaker on here. If you must have great loudspeakers on a tablet, this is not the tablet to go for, clearly. So to quickly have a look at gaming performance, this is only my unboxing and hands-on. The performance isn't that great here in PUBG. You can see it's quite choppy, quite laggy. I'm not too sure if there's some thermal throttling happening, but it makes aiming difficult. I've got someone actually shooting at me. And you see when you zoom in with the scope and things, it's just quite choppy. Now this is on the lower settings here. So not the kind of performance I was expecting to get, at least playing a title like PUBG here. So that's disappointing. And I thought because I got my SIM card in here, why not run a speed test? And it's not looking the fastest here. So I got a download there of 8 megabits per second. It could be the time of day, it could be the network I'm connected up to. This is just a first quick little test here, but it doesn't look wonderful. So I encountered some slowdown there with gaming, and I wanted to find out if it was actually throttling. And what is happening here, this is a CPU throttling test. Around about the 2-minute mark, it throttled down to 80%. So it's losing a bit of performance there. And have a look at the performance difference. Right now you can see the performance marks here, that the Chewy HI9 is actually higher. And I've been running that now for almost 3 minutes, and it hasn't throttled like the AllDoCube X1 did. So this is interesting. I don't think they've got the thermals quite right. Again, AllDoCube on the X1. And just about the 9-minute mark, it started to throttle again quite heavily. So I just ran Antutu just to give you an idea of the performance you can get out of it. So 92,609, that's actually not too bad for a tablet for this price category. That's a nice step up over the hexa-core and quad-core MediaTek tablets. So that's AllDoCube's X1. It's looking okay, the tablet. I mean, the screen is really nice, really good build quality. We've got FM radio, 4G. Now, the 4G band support is limited. I've also discovered that it runs into performance issues. After a while, it seems to be throttling. And the frame rate dips down in PUBG, for example, got quite laggy and choppy at times, and then it seemed to get a little bit better. So that's an area of concern. Another area of concern, of course, which always is there, is the battery life on a tablet like this. So it's got a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. Just how long is it going to last? I'll have to test it out. I think it's going to be around 4 to 5 hours with this screen resolution. The battery life on the Chewy HI9 was not good. That has a similar battery capacity, and that's only about 4 hours. Now the speaker on it, it's another con. Not a great speaker, but the screen is really good. I do like it. It's sharp, very nice colors. The build quality, the fact that we can make voice calls, of course, those are some pros there. So if you want to game on it and you expect really good performance and a good loudspeaker, I would skip this tablet. Don't look at this one. Thank you so much for watching this hands-on and unboxing. I hope to see you back in the channel soon. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up and also think about subscribing.